And unlock it.
Yeah.
You've been doing that all day. That's why you're so angry.
Yeah, I know. All right, so here we go. On the first one that you had to do last night, which was B. So all you had to do was write it in slope-intercept form, which means this one would be y equals 1/2 x minus 7. So how many of us got that part right? Yay. Good job. We're going to graph in a minute. We're not going to graph right now. So B, it gave you the slope and it gave you the y-intercept. That's why I plugged it into slope-intercept form. For D, it gives us the slope and a point. So remember, we have to call this x and then y. And then we have y equals mx plus b. Do we have our y-intercept in D? Say it with confidence.
No.
It did not give us our y-intercept. It does not say y-intercept equals. It does not say b equals. This is not a 0. It does not give us the y-intercept. So we're going to plug 3 in for y. We're going to plug 2 in for m, 6 for x, plus b. So then 3 times 2 potatoes.
2 times.
Thank you. Is 12. So b equals negative 9. So your equation for that one would be y equals 2x minus 9. Did anybody get that one right? Fantastic. You should be writing this down instead of talking across the classroom. Thanks so much. No. Yes. Yes. Negative 9. Alright, and then for F, we had to do the same thing as D. So, this is our X, this is our Y. We're plugging it into Y equals MX plus B. Did they give us our y-intercept that time?
No.
How do you know?
Because they gave us the slope and the point.
They gave us a point, and it doesn't say y-intercept, does it? So then we're going to plug in negative 3 for Y. We're going to plug in 1/4 for M and 16 for X and then plus B. So what would I do from here?
Multiply 1/4 by 16.
And what's 1/4 of 16?
4.
And so then B equals negative 7. So our equation for this one would be Y equals 1/4 X minus 7. Did anybody get that one right? That's exciting. Good job, guys. I think that's like the most we've gotten right all year. Yes.
I got 16 and something.
On which one?
On F,
You got 16 right here?
like 16 and 3/4.
You added these together. So this is 1/4 times 16. You multiply these. Yeah. That's okay. That's an easy fix. So if you made any mistakes, fix it real quick so that we can graph it together. So fix it real quick so we can graph it. Fix it real quick so we can graph it. The things that I don't even know anymore. Like, yes. Yes, child, yes. Caitlin, let me know when you're ready.
This table should have really big term.
Alright, so I'm going to graph B, and then we're going to talk about how to graph the other so that we can make sure we've practiced this. So our equation for B was y equals 1/2 x minus 7. So when we graph this, what is the first thing that we start with?
The y-intercept.
And what's our y-intercept? Negative 7. So are we going to go up 7 or down 7?
Down 7.
Alright, so we go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then what do we do from there?
Go up 2 to the right 1.
Up 1, right 2. Up 1, right 2. And then this coordinate is 2, negative 6. And this coordinate is 4, negative 5. Did anybody get that graph right? 2 people? 3, 4, 5? That's not as exciting as the first part, but okay.
It's better than 0.
It is better than 0. Can we fix it if we didn't get it right? And if you didn't graph last night, what should you be doing right now? Graphing.
I didn't open my
Okay. So y'all do know that I'm not going over the homework for me, right? Are you sure that you understand that? Because it doesn't look like y'all really understand that. Alright, if I have to tell you two to stop talking to each other, again.
Me three?
Yes. Understand me, if I have to tell y'all to stop talking, don't look at each other. If I have to say it again, you're out of the classroom. Alright, D. We're going to graph one more and then we're moving on to today's lesson. We're not even going to graph it. What would we start with on D? It's y equals 2x minus 9, so what would we start with?
Negative 9.
Would we go up 9 or down 9?
Down 9.
Down 9.
Down 9, and then what would we do from there?
We would go
Go up 2, right 1.
right 1.
Up 2, right 1. Alright, what would we start with on F?
Negative 7.
So we would go up 7 or down 7?
Down 7.
And then what would we do from there?
Rise 1 to rise 4. Over 4.
Alright, Eric, what would we start with on H? What? Our equation is y equals 2x minus 2. When we're graphing, what would we start with? We've been saying it over and over. Maybe ask your table for help. You would go down 2, and then what would you do from there? There you go. You know that you need to know how to do this, right? Are you sure? Okay. Don't feel like you know that. Alright, so today we're going to talk about a new form. So please add to your table of contents. Point slope form. And I'm going to pass out your stuff for today. Nope. So this is the first page that you should have out in front of you. And we're going to take like 3 minutes to do this because this is a review from yesterday and what we just did. Eric, can you see that a little better now? Alright, so somebody read for me the directions right here on the first part.
Write the equation of the line step intercept form from each way.
Okay? So the first thing we need to do is find our y-intercept. So on number 1, where's our y-intercept at? Where does it cross the y-axis?
1.
Alright, everybody put a dot on 1. So for slope-intercept form, we need our y-intercept and what else?
Slope.
The slope. So what we're going to do is we're going to find where it crosses the next grid. So we're going to crosses right here at negative 1, 4.
Didn't it also cross at 1, negative 2?
Yes. So we know that our y-intercept is positive 1. So we're going to write y equals, and we're going to put a plus 1 right there. Now, do you think our slope is going to be positive or negative?
Negative.
Why?
This is going down.
Because we're going to fall down. So we would figure out that we go up 1, 2, 3, and then we go to the left how many units?
1.
So that's negative 1. What's our slope?
Negative 3.
Negative 3. So y equals negative 3x plus 1.
Why is it negative 3 and not positive 3?
Because we're falling down the hill, and we went to the left one. So 3 divided by negative 1 is negative 3. So you always divide these two numbers. So it would be 3 divided by negative 1, and that would give us negative 3. Yes, we're still doing rise then run. Do you have a question? All right, for number 2, what is our y-intercept on number 2?
Negative 2.
Travis, give other people a chance. All right, so let's write y equals negative 2. Now, we need to find where it crosses the next point. Where do y'all think it crosses a point at?
At about 1.
At 4. At 4.
Let's go with the closest one. 1, 1. It also crosses at 2, 4, but we're going for the closest one.
I can see that. Then negative 2.
Boy, that. Is it more than?
It crosses on your paper. All right, now, is our slope going to be positive or negative?
Cos.
Why?
It's gonna be a
We're going
negative.
up, right?
Oh.
So we need to figure out how much it is to go up and then to the right. How much do we go up?
3 over 1.
3. Right 1.
We go up 3 and then right how many?
1.
So what's our slope?
3.
3.
3x, because it would be 3 divided by 1. Okay, can you do number 3 without me?
Yeah.
No.
No.
Yes, you can.
Physically.
Yes.
Always start at the y-intercept. So where it crosses the y-axis, and then find the point where it crosses a grid. So it would cross right there.
Okay. And you mark this one, right?
Ms. Asbury,
Yes.
may I have Mauricio Hernandez to the main office, please?
Yes.
Thank you.
So you would go up one, and then how many are left to get to zero?
It'll be negative because you're falling down that hill. Grading negative. You would count up, correct? And then left. So how many did you go up? So that's on top. And then you get to this.
Start from the lower down. And you go up.
So everybody keep going again.
How many times do you go up?
All right, Mitchell, where's your y-intercept? Positive 3? Do we agree, Parker, that the y-intercept is at positive 3?
Yes.
All right, Ashley, where did you find your next point at? Did you go up or did you go down?
I went up.
You went up this way? Okay. All right, so then, Mackenzie, how many did you go up? And then how many did you go to the left? So that's a negative 3, right? So, Hannah, what would our slope be? Negative 1/3. Because it's always rise, then run. So you go up 1, left 3. So it's rise, then run.
But then why didn't the other answer that?
Because we went up 3 and right 1, so we did 3 divided by 1. So up is always on top, not the smaller number. Curtis, did you have a question? Okay. All right, so 4, 5, and 6 are just like what we did a minute ago. Take 3 minutes and answer those. 4 is like A and B from last night. 5 is D, E, and F. And 6 is the last one. Ninja fast, let's go. 3 minutes. Looks like mine. So for 4, I got y equals 4x plus 3. For 5, I got y equals 3x minus 2. And for 6, I got y equals 1/2 x plus 4. Did we get those right? Do we have any questions on them, on why we got answers to some of them? Mazera? Okay, so the first thing you do is have to find the slope. Remember, that's just like G and H from yesterday, where we wrote step 1 is find the slope, because we have 2 points, right? So we need to find our slope. And I did 2 minus 6, and I got negative 4. And then I did negative 4 minus 4, and I got negative 8. Negative 4 divided by 8 gives me 1/2. A positive 1/2, because a negative divided by a negative is a positive. And then from there, I took my first point, where I have this as x, and this is y. And I said 6 equals 1/2 times 4 plus b. Half of 4 is 2, and then I subtracted 2 from both sides and got 4. Yes, no, maybe. Were we almost there and we just needed a little bit more time, or did we not understand at all?
I get it.
Who was almost there and needed a little bit more time? Who does not understand at all? Okay. That's better than we were yesterday. Alright, so what I want us to do now is we have a foldable on the next page. And it tells you step by step what to do. So, at the bottom, it tells you to cut out the 4 rectangles along the solid line. So you're going to cut out here, here, and all the way up. All the way to the solid line. And then you're going to cut in half. And then you're going to follow the directions for the rest. Does everybody understand? It tells you what to do. Let's go. Ninja fast. Alright, this is what your foldable is going to look like when you finish. Please look at the board. Stop talking, look at the board. You're going to write page 30 at the top of this. And then you're going to write your learning target. Today's learning target says, I can write an equation in point slope form. Now, do you think today's skill level is level 1, 2, 3, or 4?
2, 1,
Get 2 answers. Wow.
1, 8.
Do you think that writing an equation is a skill, or is it something that you just learned from memory? It's from memory. Writing an equation, like I give you the equation and you should be able to memorize it, right? So we're just plugging stuff in today. We're just doing the first part and we're plugging stuff in. So if we graphed it, am I talking?
Yes.
Am I up here teaching and talking?
Yes.
So what should y'all be doing? Is that involved talking?
No.
So if we added graphing, would graphing be a skill?
Yes.
So would that be level 2? If I said create,
Oh, yeah. I was thinking skill was learning.
no. If I said create your own equation and then graph it, would that also be level 2?
Yes.
So it really depends on how we word it. So we have 3 forms of linear equations that we've talked about so far. Does anybody remember standard form when we did that project and we found our x and y intercepts? Great. It was just 4 weeks ago. AX plus BY equals C was the first form that we learned. And we found our x and y intercepts in that form. Stop.
Well, I thought it was A.
AX plus BY equals C.
I thought it was just A.
Nope. Alright, what's the form that we learned yesterday? Or that we talked about and reviewed yesterday?
Slope intercept.
And what's slope-intercept form?
Y equals mx plus b.
Teachers, can I have your attention for a quick announcement? Particularly seniors, the end of your senior year is quickly approaching. If you have
So today is point slope
please do
form.
so in the near future. The cost is $90 and you can purchase them in the library.
Which means that we are just using a point and a slope today.
Great afternoon, be weather aware tomorrow, and have a great day. Thank you.
So it's x minus x1, or y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. So all you do is you take a point, you take a slope, and you plug it into your formula. Yes.
What is that?
It's point slope form. It's this equation right here, written here. So M is still our slope. And this time we're going to be plugging it into Y1 and X1. That's our point that we're going to be using. So it's really easy. We're going to do one example and then we're going to talk about what your homework is and what I expect from you tomorrow. Where are you going? All right, are we ready? Almost? You got to write fast, baby. We got 3 minutes and we got stuff to cover. It's going to be on this page right here, 1 and 3, on the next page. All right, so open this first flap, please. It says, write the equation of the line that passes through 2, -8 and has a slope of 3/5. Make that a 5. And make that a T down there on point. So our equation is y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. All you do is plug it in. So it's literally, you just write y, instead of minus a -8, you would write plus 8 equals 3/5 times x minus 2. And you're done. That's all you do.
So you just plug it in?
Yep. You don't have to distribute. You don't have to simplify. And the reason we don't distribute or simplify is because 3/5 times 2, 5 doesn't go into 2. So we don't have to worry about that. We don't plug it into slope-intercept form like we did yesterday where we would find what the y-intercept is. We just plug it in here. So your homework tonight is on that next page that I gave you as part of your packet. This is point slope form homework. It's going to be 1 and 3.
1 through 3?
1 and 3. Now, assuming that, well, just in case we won't be here tomorrow because of the snow, I'm still going to post stuff on Google Classroom. There will still be a video. You are responsible for it. So take your notebook home and you have to check Google Classroom. What did I just say? Does everybody understand? Because